I am not a gap in the system. I am not in the system. That's right. I am not even counted as homeless because I don't fit the definition. If not having a home or a place to lay down my family's heads does not make me homeless, what does?
I've been staying from hotel to hotel for almost 3 months. I done spent over $8,000 paying for hotels. My children got in trouble with police issues. Had nothing to do with the residents, and I lost my place for that. I lost my Section 8 for that.
And as I'm buying the ice cream, my husband starts calling me, and he just keeps calling. And I was checking out, so I answered the phone rudely and said, "I hate when you do that. I'm clearly busy." And he said, "Sarah, stop. The house is on fire. Come home." And then when I pulled up, of course, everybody's out at their house looking at our house, and our house is burning down. So just like that, we were homeless.
I had a house, but I ended up moving out of the house because the landlord was a slumlord, and he wasn't fixing anything. So I had to go stay with my mom.
So I got in trouble. We had to move out the place that we lived in for 7, 8 years. I was incarcerated. My son was forced to go live with his mother.
And thankfully for Red Cross, they have a program and you get like $100 per person. We did call every organization that is there to help people, but we got a no every single time. There was not one place that helped us with anything. Not even a list of like what's it, like there just is nothing available. There's no programs just because your house burned down. There's just nothing. We proceed to have a year and a half of hell. So my brother was nice enough to let us sleep on his couch. But again, there's 7 of us. So we stayed with him for a few weeks. My husband's aunt called us crying and actually begged us to live with her. And she had a really nice, huge, nice house. And we could go back to normalcy. And as soon as we actually had our stuff there, it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It was the most disturbing month of my life. And then we ended up with my mom in a 2-bedroom trailer. But she likes to go to bed at 6 o'clock at night. Oh, whatever. It worked. I'm certainly not going to complain about it because we would have had nowhere.
It was hard. I mean, she had a 3-bedroom house, but it was hard because we was all in one room because there was other people staying with her too. The room was a lot smaller than this room.
I'm trying to keep a job, be homeless, maintain my children and myself at the same time, look for a place, do this, do that. You can't do all that.
We stayed with my mom for a year and 2 months. My kids were so good. They knew it was a shitty situation for everybody. Like, they had no personal space, no private space, unless you shut the bathroom door. But you couldn't do that for long because there's only one bathroom. You know, they were all sharing a room. Technically, there was 5 kids in a bedroom. I could have probably had them taken from me. Like, you're walking on eggshells the whole time. You don't want to upset the person whose house you're taking over. And because there's 7 of us, we really are taking over their house. Of course, at some point, my kids will fight. And then, are they going to be mad and kick us out? And you know it's temporary, so you don't want to get too comfy. So you're kind of just in limbo waiting for something. Because who wants to rent to someone with 5 kids?
It's not easy living in a hotel and not having a lot of space. It's very hard.
I've filled out application after application after application, and every time it's a turn down. It's either the credit, or I got a bad reference from the landlord.
I'm looking, but it's been hard, especially me having eviction on my background. And the credit thing is a big deal too.
I have a small storage unit with all of the clothes and shoes and other items, and what's not in storage is in my van. The storage unit is $55 a month. It's still taking money that could be used for other things. But if I don't want to lose any of my items, I have to pay it. Documents, papers, birth certificates, social security, tax papers, everything. My life. In my van and my storage unit. My life.
I have stuff in storage. It's like $59. All 4 of my kids are in school. Yeah, they love their school. I appreciate anything that they do for us.
The schools have been amazing to my kids. They've helped them. Unfortunately, my older ones have not bonded with anybody. They don't really have friends. We stayed with my mom for a year and 2 months in a little 2-bedroom trailer that was extremely difficult. My mom likes her own space. She'd gotten used to being alone, but she did her best and she was very welcoming to us. This town is really hard to find a place to live, especially for my family size. Like, you just can't find houses for rent.
Now, I promised God, I said, hey, if I'm able to get back to my son, I will sacrifice whatever it is to make sure that I can provide a safe space for my son at all costs. So, and that's what I did. I was determined to do whatever was necessary to make sure that I can provide a safe space for me and my son in a better life, the legal way.
And I'm not the only family that's homeless. I have ran across a lot of families that are homeless in these hotels that I go to. And I feel so bad.
I'm gonna try to look into like housing or Section 8 or something. Maybe if I try to stay in a shelter or something, maybe that will help better my situation and get into housing.
The hardest for me is not being able to walk up to the door and put a key in to a place of my own. Sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or going. But I don't know any other way but to be strong for my children, because if I'm not strong for them, nobody's any good.
Having a place where my son is safe, where he can come home and feel good. He can come home to his bedroom, his own room, his own space, and feel good, So, yeah, that right there means a lot. That means a lot to me. And I know it means a lot to him.